So the project name is the Brickworks by Investec property, which is a logistics hub based in Avoca, Durban, which is the Durban North side. Effectively, this is phase one of an industrial park of three phases. And over the course of the last, I'd say, 8 months, we undertook six buildings inside this park. So quite a substantial amount of steel. The client is Investec Property Group. They own the entire estate, if you want to call it that. Two separate architect firms, Axiom and EPA, working on across the six structures, and all of them were completed with WBHO as the main contractor. So the Brickworks is 77 hectares in total, with phase one, which is about half of that, now being completed. It's a modern logistics park. It's a key position in sort of that North Coast corridor for warehousing and yeah, it's just been a really nice project to work on. You'll see if in the initial photo, the big take-a-lot building was in the SAISC Steel Awards previously and won the commendation for in the warehousing category. The six that we have nominated this year are warehouses that were all completed over the last, like I said, 6 to 8 months. So architecturally beautiful and great use of space in that. We finished in quarter 1 this year. Total value of the six buildings, 102 million, all structural steel buildings, large span warehouses, and I put industrial there because one of them is being used as a printing facility. Again, it's like an emerging park. It's been going for under 5 years. It was previously home to the old Corporate facility, and notably now a whole lot of blue chip tenants. Around about 1,392 tons for the six structures that we completed, and all fairly standard designs, I-beams, H columns, equal angles, everything standard to the SAISC Red Book and design codes. Nothing unusual on these ones. Metal cladding, all six were in Novatexy. All other, Mark, correct me, I think one was Cliptide, Logistics.
But yeah, one was the Roofco.
Roofco, true. You're quite right. The Roofco product, but the balance all Novatexy for 40 by Max Steel, coming to about 250 tons for the roof. A total area of just under 70,000 squares that was done over the last few months. This is one of the structures, an 18,000 square meter facility in the corner. Engineering was done by both ourselves and by Varga and Associates. All steelwork was done by Cousin Steel, all detailing by Tim and his team in-house, and the bulk of steel was from Allied Steel Road and Roofco. 3 of the 6 structures were design supply by Cousin Steel, whilst the other 3 were done with Dave Varga and Associates. So interestingly though, when you look at all 6, design methodologies very similar, so very similar style and design, so it worked really well between the two, having 2 sets of professionals across both architects and engineers. So as I said, EPA did 3 and Axiom Architects did the other 3. The only constant across the 6 was Cousin Steel and WBHO. Some nice exterior bricks through rigging. It's inside one of the smaller ones. Most notable element is obviously the benefit of structural steel. Nice, big, large clear spans, very impressive working heights. If we shoot back to this one, there's a photo from inside here. Later on, I think there's an 18-meter clear height inside the one structure. all of them castellated rafters, and which kept our weight per square within sort of pretty standard parameters. And we'll get to the rigging later, but which Mark can chat about. But all because of the design and the way these were done, we managed to lift all the structures in boxes rather than single units to try and accelerate rigging across them. Tim, drawing?
Yeah, drawings. I mean, we've had all of these sort of contexts come in pretty much simultaneously. So yeah, we were quite busy for a couple of months trying to get these drawings coordinated with the professional team. There's three buildings there that we did for a client, and there was a sort of wave feature that we needed to achieve. So it took a bit of coordination back and forth with trying to establish that curve. You see, it curves both positively and negatively. So yeah, that was quite a fun challenge for us to come up with a substructure to get that wave and meet that curvature that was desired. Yeah, but all in all, a lot of pressure, but great learning experience. And
yeah, still might say just I probably didn't allude to that later on in the challenges, but probably just one of the big challenges from the technical team is just pure workload. Working with two sets of architects, two sets of engineers, and just constant flow of information. So just for the guys staying on top of it, Onto the cladding, Tim touched on it briefly. All the supply of SAISC Steel, predominantly Novatex E440, paintwork contractor IPS, industrial painting services, and one of the key features was what Tim was chatting about, is this what they call the wave, which was a brainchild of EPA, Alfred Broom Architects, and when we first saw it, we thought this is going to be quite an interesting challenge, but a bit of workshopping between Tim, between Max Steel, between Browndeck and the main contractor, and as you'll see, it's a beautiful result there, which we're very proud of. It looks fantastic. It was quite a challenge to get it right with the products, but all in all, great results on that one. So not just a nice usable warehouse, but also it looks fantastic. All fabrication done at Cousin Steel workshop, which is in Manechkim, just up 5 kilometers down the road from the site. And yeah, for 3 of them, in-house engineering, technical team, fabrication, QC, obviously allowed us to keep quite tight controls on stuff. And proximity to site, also a big advantage for us. Quality control carried out from receipt of material all the way through fabrication, through to the paint bay, where the main contractor, WBHO, had their own quality control team and supervisor that would visit us regularly just to make sure we're all aligned and on the same page. Rigging, Mark?
Yeah, on the rigging, I think it's the same story again, but as Cousin Steel, I believe we've done a phenomenal job from technical drawing, dealing with obviously different architects, engineers, to manage to pull this all off in detailing and getting it to site fabricated, and then the erection process. Obviously, we love doing the castellated rafters. It definitely helps our rigging sequence and speed, and it's pretty evident by the fact that we've managed to lift all these buildings in such a short space, and utilizing, let's say, limited craneage in that, because we were building boxes, inspecting everything on the ground, getting sign off on the ground, and you don't need to put engineers in the air to go and check anything. Everything's done on the ground, and then we come near the end or halfway through and we need to start shooting, and then we do the main bolting connections are checked by the engineers on site and signed off. Having those clear spans really helps as well, because obviously access in and out the warehouse, that makes a big difference. Also, something that not a lot of people mention is the castellated holes also help for services, and that the services generally pass through there, which also helps with most buildings. Everybody wants that maximum clear height inside the building for racking or whatever they need to put in there.
Yeah. Yeah, working out is a big factor. I'd say I see we're getting to challenges and solutions here, probably similar to the challenges Tim experienced in technical. Mark experienced the same thing on site. It's just running all 6 of these effectively concurrently, whilst we still had other work to do in the workshop, on site, in the drawing office. I'd say the biggest challenge was purely just the quantity, the volume of work that had to be carried out. As usual, you tend to start a little bit late on site for various reasons, and concrete and this and that, but the timelines get squeezed. So I think we were chopped about 2 months off the program on 3 of these rather. So the biggest challenge, just sequencing, just getting it done, and obviously when you're producing this much steel in a short space of time, just trying to keep the workshop sort of aligned to what the guys on site require, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, we had a couple of errors on site, but minor stuff compared to, if you look at the volume of work we did, it was literally minor issues. The major issues basically came with concrete column heights, and that obviously proves the challenge, but it kind of gave us a bit of respite to sort of regroup and sort of speed up in another area. And luckily all these sites were on the same park, so we could just shift staff to another site for a day or two while we waited for the main contractor or somebody to rectify the issues.
Yeah, 100%. Benefits of steel, large spans, high, nice clear heights, the bigger facilities like this camdar structure, which is next to the 40,000 square meter take-a-lot, is 18 meters at the eaves. So multi-use warehousing in a prime location, I would say. And obviously there's no real other way to do it, especially in this time frame, other than going with structural steel. Quality assurance, we touched on it earlier. We went through, obviously, with WBHO, quite stringent requirements from their side and from the end user, the client, as well as the architect. So right from receiving material through weld procedures, checks in the workshop, paint readings, DFTs, all of that needed to be very closely monitored. And again, with the amount of steel going in and out of the workshop and going up on site, again, another challenge, just to keep your finger on the pulse with all of that amount of steel, 1,400 tons of steel, all in a matter of a few months. So very important to have the quality assurance in place. But in itself, again, along with technical, with site, a good challenge to be faced with. But proud to say that the team across the board all got it done, and I know we're very happy clients with that. What we're proud of, I touched on again, just to have been given the challenge. I think it was a daunting task, but we were excited to take it on back in September last year. But despite challenges and obviously a lot of stress and curveballs to deal with on a daily basis, very proud of the end result. It's an absolutely beautiful park. The client, Investec Property Group, are extremely satisfied and proud of their product, which is feather in the cap for us. So we just proud to have been given the opportunity and to have been a part of building these iconic warehouses.